So, Juwan, what do you classify for? And we're not talking about battle rap. We're not talking about no underground. We talk about Drake. What do you classify as a classic? And you as a Drake stand, like what do you classify that?
Take care. Nothing was the same.
And that's it.
That's it.
Okay, so because earlier you said he didn't have a classic after if you're reading this is too late. So you're not saying if you're reading this is too late, is it? On classic?
One, if you're reading this, it's too late. It's not an album. It was basically just a project
It was a mixtape, but okay.
or whatever you want to call it. It was not an album.
I'm dismissed.
So if we talking about
Okay.
album wise,
Okay,
take care.
so that's what I'm
Nothing was the
saying.
same.
We can exclude so we can exclude the mixtapes. If we just want to do albums, we could just do albums.
Only we
So we
can.
exclude
To me, we can do all of them. It
if
don't
we
matter.
okay. And that's what I'm saying. So like I would agree with you when I say Take Care, Nothing Was the Same are two classic Drake albums. I think Nothing Was the Same is Drake's best album. I think the runtime, I think for the time period I was 18 when that shit dropped. That's all I was listening to. I just feel like it's just a great concise project. It's not too long, it's not too short. What a time to be alive. If you're reading this is too late, I feel like for his mix, I'm not even gonna classify it as like a mixtape or album as a project. I feel like he dropped it as for a surprise. I remember when we were maybe my five I think was living there at the time. We was living at on Fulton Industrial at the Red Roof Inn. I remember walking back to the Red Roof when it dropped, surprisingly, and I listened to that shit that whole year. And I think for a Drake solo tape, if we coming from so far gone, it's a classic. It's a classic, bro. And if you got to go back and listen to it, Star 67 is a great song. Enemies is a great song. Legend is a great song. You and the Six is a great song. So like, but like I said, you said, but that's just me. And I don't even want to say he wasn't outside or probably or was outside, but wasn't probably listening to the same stuff I was into. But I know around that time, I was just about to turn 21. I was outside in these streets. And I couldn't go nowhere without hearing "What a Time to Be Alive" and "If You're Reading This Is Too Late," which dropped the same year in 2015. Future and Drake, I think, made a classic mix. I think they made a classic. And no, before we go further, I do not think every project after "If You Read This Is Too Late" is a classic. I'm going what I consider to be classic for me. What a Time to Be Alive, I feel like it is. And the title of the album says it all because it strictly and truly was. Only because him and Future superpowers were crazy. They were almost here, right here. And for them to drop that tape at the time they did it in 7 days, I might add you, to get all of those slaps, I couldn't go nowhere without hearing Jumpman. Couldn't go nowhere without hearing Jersey. Couldn't go nowhere without hearing uh Plastic Bag or like Jawan for the time period that it was in, bro. To get that same tape, same year we got. If you're reading this is too late, within like 4 to 6 months apart, is insane to me. Then we follow that up with view. Then we follow that up with views. And if we're gonna leave the numbers out of it, we could leave the numbers out of it
Views is his
because
highest
views
selling
is his
album.
highest commercial.
I already know that,
It's his highest.
but it's still not
Okay,
considered a classic, and it's not.
but that's what I'm saying. Like you're not saying what do you consider a classic? Because like if we consider Take Care as a classic, I never really related to Take Care until I started going through women issues. But I'm not saying that is not a classic. It's definitely a classic.
But
It's definitely a
it's
classic album.
if I mediate this, is a classic not an album that is has popular songs on it, hits, and has no skips, little to no skips. Is
Yes,
that's not what is
little
considered
to
a
no skip.
classic?
Yes, sir.
and that'll be what
If
Take
you go
Care
back and
and
listen,
Nothing Was the Same. Cause even though
but if you go
even
listen,
though Views was his highest selling album, nobody ever really considers that to be his classic.
And that's his peak.
but when you,
If you
but when
go,
you
if you
say, but
go,
when you,
if you ask a lot of people, it always come down to Take Care or Nothing Was the Same. It's not much people saying Views, even though Views is definitely his highest selling album. And maybe it's
That's
his
his Carter
highest
3.
and maybe it's his highest selling album because like what Fi just said, he just was having a run. He just did the
so I
mixtape with
will say,
Future. He just dropped if you reading this it's too late. So maybe
yeah.
that momentum that he had with dropping them two is probably the reason Views sold as much as it did. But it still
But
wasn't
not
his
to
classic.
mention,
Well, wait, hold on a second. So what I always say is, and I said this the first, our very first stream is, whatever your best album is, your actual best album was the album before that. Because your most commercial album, the one that sells the most, is piggybacking off of so it's like if you go watch a good movie. You know what I'm saying? You go watch Star Wars. Star Wars is fire. And then you go watch Star Wars 2 and it sells more than Star Wars 1. It's based off of the previous. That's why Carter 2 people say it's his best album, because Carter 3 got the sales from how good Carter 2 was.
And it was the
I feel like,
and it was the momentum that was built from the Carter
Right.
2, from the mixtapes, from the features.
Right.
It was all a
Right.
part of the momentum. So even
Correct.
though, like I said, Views is his highest because of the momentum he had, but it's still not considered his classic. Like you
when
just
you
said,
go, when
Nothing
you
Really
go,
Saying is more fluid. It's very concise.
no, nothing was the same. Nothing was the same to me as his best album. Nothing was the same to me as his best.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it was more fluid. It was
When
more
you go
concise.
to
It
view,
wasn't you. You not really skipping shit on there.
the only reason I say Views is a classic. And the only reason I say that is because if you really listen to Views and you listen to the story that he tells, from keeping the family close all the way to, I mean, Hotline Bling, he tells the story of going through winter, summer, fall, back to winter. He takes you through Toronto, through his life, through everything. He still gives you that toxicity of Drake, which we all love.
And it's
At the
also
same
what
time,
views. It's also what views did for the the masses.
and but that's but
Because
that, that's what I'm saying.
if
If
you
you
look
look
what
at View
Carter
before
Three
I
did for the
say,
masses, it's the same. It's the same thing. It's how you move your audience. What did you
from the
moved your audience?
from the samples from the samples he used on Views, from him really tapping into the dance hall genre and really bringing that to a way bigger commercial view for the public, for the masses to consume. Number wise, it is. I consider it a classic just because of the story and what he takes you through Toronto, and what he takes you through the the seasons of Toronto, of his life, of what the Views is from his city. People was comparing Views to Take Care, which I don't really understand why people would even do that. Over time, Views has so much playback value. And if we take the singles out, if we take a One Dance out, if we take a Hotline Bling out, if we take Pop Style out, it still flows. The DMX sample Is You With Me. Rustin flows. When you
He
talk
had
about bars, I mean,
he
when you talk
had
about
good
Drake, hold
songs.
on. You
He
talk about
had good
Drake really
songs
in
on
his
there.
pocket. When you really in his pocket,
He
and
was,
if you
but
really base it off
to
his,
me, he wasn't in his pocket as much as he was on Nothing Was the Same, bro.
no, I feel like in Views, bro, it was letting us know some of the songs on Views, some of the pop style. I don't like the pop style that was released on the album because I like the one when Jay-Z and Kanye was on. some of the things in that song he said, it was just Drake could just say some pop. What it was a Channing Tatum thing. That's one bar I did not like. Did not like that bar at all. But Views has so much playback value, bro. And if you really dive and really go into the rollout of the album, him doing to me that was his last best rollout of a project. Him having the GTA loading screens as his things, him taking you to the OVO mansion, how things were run, bro. It's amazing. Now, anything after Views does get a little shaky because we do get More Life, which it took me 3 years to like More Life. I don't like. I
But
didn't really deal with the playlist.
My whole
I like
argument.
More Life.
My whole argument was.
At first, I didn't.
My whole argument was that he didn't really have no classics after that. After, if you reading this, it's too late.
If we keep it short, not to cut you off, Jamal, I just want to say,
go ahead.
If we keep it short, bro, if we go from if we go from Views, there's More Life, Scorpion, we got Care Package, we got the demo,
Care Package don't count.
We got Certified Lover Boy. Okay, Care Package don't count. We can take Care Package out because even the Lucy's of it slap, but that's a whole nother story. So
what is Scorpion without the Kanye beef?
What is Scorpion without the Pusha T beef? I feel like Scorpion. If you
take,
he
was beefing with Kanye too at that time too, wasn't he?
He was he was beefing with Kanye and he was beefing with Pusha. But I think Drake, we get best Drake music with Drake his back is against the wall when everybody.
But I'm saying the thing that moved that album, and you even attest to this when you talk about the Kendrick shit. Nobody was really hyped for Scorpion until he started beefing with Kanye, and that's what drove a lot of these songs.
No one was hyped with Scorpion until Pusha T dropped The Story of Adonis.
But a lot of these songs on Scorpion, a lot of the songs on Scorpion, you could tell he added after the fact. But I'm telling you, bro, when Drake was beefing with Pusha T, the main focus was Kanye West. You gotta be honest. Like, it was clearly he was more interested in beefing with Kanye than he was.
But Drake got himself into that beef because he felt like he had to defend Wayne and Baby because of the clip sample. I mean, not the clip sample, because of the song sample. Cash Money did not pay.
But that's when I'm not talking about him and Pusha T. I'm talking about him and Kanye West.
And Wayne, and he dropped Exodus and all that shit.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. Drake initiated the shit with Pusha because of that. Sometimes I think Drake just goes off the hand because he can. We don't get. If you take 2 songs off of this 2 of Scorpion, it's a best complete album. I'm not gonna sit here and say that Scorpion is a classic, but I'm gonna sit here and say that to have the bombshell of him having a kid, for him, playing blackface and all that stuff and everything, I think it was crazy. A solid and great follow-up. That was crazy. Drake. I can say that. That was crazy. I feel like it was. Now, when we get to Dark Demos was a mixtape. So when we get to the next album, which would be Certified Lover Boy, I wouldn't say Certified Lover Boy is a classic. Certified Lover Boy is really good, but it's not like a classic. I feel like if you really like Drake for his toxicity, if you really like Drake when he's really talking about a bitch breaking his heart, but at the same time he gonna do some foul shit to break her heart as well, I think that is.
I don't think I've made it through Certified Lover Boy and it's it's complete because it's just another Drake album. It just sounds the same.
But one thing I will say about that, and that's fine that you say that. A lot of Drake's music don't even hit until when it passes. And I tested that because of More Life. I never liked More Life when it first came out.
Ain't true because when Take Care and Nothing Was the Same came out, them shits hit automatically, bro. Like, it wasn't you had to wait to get it. Like, them shits hit. That shit was hitting off
my number 1 album.
So until
I had to really get outside and really experience life. And I appreciate Take Care, but Take Care would be number 2 for me. Nothing was
So
the same, but that's
as not of a big Drake fan, I picked up and as started to be like, okay, Drake, I can't, you know what I'm saying? I can't be a hater and be like Drake don't make no good music. Was Views, right? And then More Life was good to me. Scorpion was good to me. But then when he dropped Certified Lover Boy, I was excited. I was like, okay, you gonna do it again. He gonna keep me as a fan. Just like uh Kevin Gates right now. He wrote me in with one album, and now I'm going back and listening to his old shit. I'm excited for his new shit, but it's like with Certified Lover Boy, I was like, this is just more of the
so like
same.
I will say with Certified Lover Boy, bro, I feel like that's when Drake really I don't even want to say he forgot his sound. But I guess
But
I
wait,
can say that.
but hold on a second, because with Certified Lover Boy, you get into that you get into that direction of if what I just said, if Scorpion didn't have the Kanye diss I mean the Kanye hype behind it, the Kanye beef hype behind it. Then you go into that honestly never mind shit. Ain't no way. I turn that it's no way. Her loss didn't make it through it. I just recently was like, okay, I gotta go and listen to For All the Dogs. For All the Dogs is hard. I like For All the Dogs, but
All
it's
right.
a
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. No. 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 So okay. So
it's a
hold
t-
on. Hold on.
it's a
Hold on.
time
Hold on.
period of Drake that he made me not a fan of him anymore because it was just more of the same. It's like, all right, I heard the song already.
In 21, his beef with Kanye was at a peak. Like them niggas could have fought. They did the whole Larry Hoover concert and all that other stuff. Only
Hmm.
because Jay Prince made them niggas do it. I think Drake was really in his commercial bad. Like what he could do could be no wrong. Is there some skippable songs on Certified Lover Boy? Yes. Is there some songs and some features that you could do without with? Yes. Way Too Sexy. You can
Wait, but
fold it up real nice.
who was he competing with
Put it
on
in the
Certified Lover Boy? It was him and who?
Donda. Donda.
Oh, so it
He
was
was
still him
competing
and
with Donda.
Kanye. It's still him and Kanye.
And that's what I'm saying.
Wow.
In Certified Lover Boy, his beef with Kanye was at his height. I feel like certain songs on Certified Lover Boy, you can fold up real nice, place it neatly in a trash can, throw a match in that bitch, and set that trash can on fire. Some of the songs on there you
What
don't
else
need
is in there?
because the way the
Oh,
rollout was supposed to be, I thought we was getting. Well, what the rollout was, you get a piece of Drake from every project to develop Certified Lover Boy. And when you take Certified Lover Boy and Honestly Nevermind and Her Loss, that three-way trilogy, it tells a story. I'm a big story guy. It tells the story of I'm a certified lover boy, baby. So I'm a love you and be with you forever. Honestly, never mind, because I realize that I'm that guy and I need to be out here gyrating and making hits for the things, and it's whatever. So then we go, and you know what? It's her loss because now I am that guy. I'm in
I
these
mean,
streets and I'm gonna do what I do.
that's
Do
cool,
I
but
think we?
them albums as a whole were not good, bro.
I don't know, man. I guess it's just different takes, man. Out of those
Her
three,
loss,
I
her
think
loss
certified
wasn't really.
out of those three albums, Certified Lover Boy, Honestly Nevermind, and Her Loss, Certified Lover Boy is compared to those two is great. I could have done without Her Loss because I'm fathomed and don't understand why we don't have a Drake and Wayne collab album yet. That's just something I'm just gonna have to just realize that may never happen.
we gotta
So
understand that they beefing in real life. You gotta come to the understanding that they
We
beefing,
gotta
bro.
come to the realization that they probably beefing in real life. You're absolutely right. So like Her Loss, I could get you with Her Loss because I feel like Her Loss was again Drake saying that I'm at the forefront of what I do, and there's really nobody, quote unquote, that can stop me. So let me just feed the streets for what it is. And 21 benefited greatly from it because I feel like 21 was taken a more he was taken more seriously because of that project. Not to
You
say
could
21
not hear
wasn't.
21 Savage, bro. You could not hear him. He was on everything, bro. He was everywhere.
I'm
Yeah,
being
for
honest.
sure,
I got a
100%.
question. Do y'all feel like with Drake? Do y'all feel like he attached himself to people when his flames start to like go down.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
No,
Yep. And he hasn't
no,
done that. He hasn't done that in a
no,
long time. And that's why he's
no,
starting to fizzle out. That's why he's starting to
no.
fizzle out.
I don't think so. Only reason I don't think so, bro, because Drake didn't need Future, and Future didn't need Drake. They collabed
But
together, and that's
but
what it
Drake
was.
was really good at reading the room. He knew to jump on Quavo. I mean, and the what was their names? The
Migos.
Migos. He knew to jump on whatever was hot at the time. He knew to jump on it. And then at some point, instead of jumping on it, he just tried to steal it, like he did with X. Like he didn't want to give X his his flowers, and instead he just tried to copy it and take it. And he thought the new wave, like he jumps on the new wave. Like right now, what's
I
the
feel like
wave?
sometimes
Right now, what's the
I feel
wave?
like
So he a
Cash
wave
Cobain,
rider.
his flow.
Of course, the nigga was
I
just
don't. He's not.
he was just
He
painting his
Wayne.
nails and fucking bullshit, bro.
I don't.
But what's the wave right now? It's drill, right?
I feel like.
Or
I
is
feel
that
like. I
fizzled
feel
out?
like Wayne. I feel like Drake, like you said, Five. He does read the room well, to where it's like, okay, this is what hot. Let me put my own little spin on it. And I feel like that's, in my opinion, I don't, as a core Drake fan, sometimes for all the dogs, I played for all the dogs back, but Five, I do not like for all the dogs.
But
I
what's
don't like it at all.
what is the
I
wave
think
in
Well,
music
I
right
think I
now?
had said like for all the dogs wasn't good, and you was trying to tell me it was good.
oh, because I was trying to crash out and I wasn't being sensible when you said that, and I was on the drink. But I'm sober now.
But
But when I go deep,
no, go ahead, go ahead.
the wave, hold on, the wave
What's the
now,
wave
I
right
guess
now?
it would be the wave now is the Cash Cobain flow, like
Is it Central C? Would it be Central C?
But see see that's crazy because I
nah,
was just about to bring
uh,
up Central C.
maybe
I feel like
maybe
Drake started
maybe.
attaching himself to Central C when Central C started getting hot. They did that
Mm-hmm.
they did that freestyle together. I think it was the On the Radar freestyle. And that's when that nigga Drake was rapping with that
I don't think
motherfucking
I wouldn't
accent.
say, but I wouldn't say Drake like sided with him. They did that freestyle, and then Central C went off to do his own thing, dropped this project, which is really good, by the way. Y'all should check it out. His album is really, really good, Central C's. And it was never no like any other action with them besides that
So
freestyle.
that made me ask this because everybody try to make it seem like, oh, Drake get on songs and put niggas on, but is Drake getting on songs that's already hot?
No, no,
Yes. Yes. What?
no.
Come
So
on,
so
five.
what you saying to me? Hold on. So what you saying to me? If Central C and him never did that thing, Central C
It's a
just got
difference.
notoriety.
See, look. Wayne and Drake, okay? They came, like y'all want to say, Drake came up underneath Wayne. The difference between what Wayne does, Wayne
That's what happened.
Wayne gets on somebody else's beat and makes the song better. Drake gets on the song, takes the popularity and keeps it pushing.
Drake put out that two Mazda. I forgot the youngin name. Oh my
What
god,
what's
that was
this? He just dropped the song with Mozzie, right?
No,
I just no,
you
I
talking
just
about
no with
Smiley?
two Mazda. No, to Smiley. That's what I'm talking about. So I don't. So I don't like that because he does sound like Smiley. I don't like when Drake and Drake says it's like complimented, and I think it is
But
somewhat of a
see, I
I
compliment
do
to
said
too.
me.
I do too.
I said this on the other recording when we was on. I said Drake steals.
He
Yeah.
doesn't steal.
He
He doesn't steal. He
does.
does not steal.
He
Okay, but
steals.
wait. No. He does both. He does both because he does pay homage. He does pay homage. But at the same time, he do be stealing shit. Y'all not gonna tell me that he didn't copy the look at me motherfucking cadence, bro. Y'all not finna tell me he didn't.
No, I give
Nigga,
you
he
that. That whole
stole
extra,
he
I give you that.
stole
I
he
give you the
stole
extra.
Big Sean whole flow. What are
What
we
song?
talking about? When
On
when
what
Big
song?
I'm
Sean when
saying.
Big Sean did Lemonade,
Because
go listen to Big Sean Lemonade. Right after Big
okay.
Sean did that, Drake started rapping like that, bro. Go listen to it.
But it's
I
a
feel like he,
fine line. It's a fine line between taking shit and paying homage, bro. It's a really a fine line because he did the Eminem flip. Did the Eminem flip. He did the I ain't a killer, but don't put, bro. He's done like a lot of shit, bro.
So was he
And it's
paying?
like,
he's done a lot of shit.
Was he paying homage to Soldier Boy when he did the "Tell
yeah,
Me What's Really
yeah.
Going
He said
On"?
Yes,
that. He said
yes,
that.
he said that. But
But
like,
is it? But is he
but
like a
when you're
cheater
not the
though?
biggest artist,
Um,
when you're not the biggest artist, and if he doesn't give you credit for it, which Drake doesn't take from people and not give him credit all the time. When you're not the biggest artist, Soldier Boy has been the biggest artist since I was in elementary school. I think we can all attest to that.
But
So
five. You could tell that he likes to attach himself to whatever's popular at the time. That's why he
no,
trying to get on
I'm
Kai.
not saying that he does it.
That's why
Drake sees the new hotness.
he trying to get
Drake
on
sees the
Kai's
new
stream.
hotness.
He trying to get on Kai's stream when video games was blowing up back in the motherfucking COVID time. He was fucking buying and putting money in uh for the championship leagues for video games. It's like he keeps his ear to the ground, like he's very smart. But at this point, we done caught on to him. Like nigga, you're caught.
So if keeping your ear to the streets is stealing, how do you stay relevant?
And that's it. That's what I praise Drake for. I praise him for being able to stay relevant so
You can't
long
say
for
you
so
praise him and
long.
you say he's stealing then. Because my
He
thing is
is.
if
You can
he's
do both.
but if he's paying homage to them and he's keeping it so relevant, I see it as just like the hottest. That's like in wrestling. You may do the running punk knee in the corner. I think
Yes.
your shit is way nastier than Punk's. But Punk is more over. So it's going anytime niggas see it, it's gonna be like, oh, that's CM Punk's move. I took my leg lariat from CM Punk, but I do a way better leg lariat than fucking CM Punk ever did in his life.
so what you trying to say is Drake
But I'm not as
take?
over as
You
Punk.
saying Drake takes niggas shit and
But
make it
when you
better?
no, Drake does not take
I
niggas
mean,
shits, bro.
the
I
whole
feel like Drake
did we
is the
not see
biggest
the
artist.
we not see the whole ghostwriting shit? That's what I'm saying. And that's why Kendrick, it was so easy for Kendrick to win, bro. I'm sorry. Niggas is just tired of Drake shit, bro.
Okay, hold
We
on,
just
wait. We
tired of
gotta stop
Drake
going back
shit.
to Kendrick and
I'm
Drake.
not
We
going
I'm
talking
back
about
not.
to
this
it.
I'm not
I'm
bringing
just
Kendrick
saying
up. Not
we are
confidently.
niggas is tired of Drake shit. We want to see Drake be Drake. Drake, be yourself. Who are you, Drake? Who are you? That's what we want to know.
stop.
If this next
When you
album don't
start
come
listening
out,
to
if
Drake,
this next album don't come out and we don't learn nothing new actually from Drake, this nigga's not he's not gonna sell good. It's not gonna go. It's not gonna
I
work.
think before you start listening to Drake, when did you start really listening to Drake?
As I said, views.
But then that's what I'm saying. You can't like you got to go back and listen. The Drake I like is a nothing was the same. Is a views. Is a take care. When Drake gets in his vulnerable bag and when his back is against the wall, he
I
makes it.
don't
Thank me later was
know.
fired too though.
I don't know
Take Me
what
Later was
I don't know what that nigga wrote and
look
what
at
he
too many
didn't write.
features.
So I pick and choose what I listen to from Drake because I don't know what he
Oh,
wrote and what he
Jawan,
didn't write.
to get to the because I feel like this video going on hella long. To get to what he said, classic albums in mind, and we can down and Jawan, maybe one day, bro, we can actually play them. Maybe one stream, bro, we can actually play them. You and me or whatever, we could go through them and play them, and we can see,
I'm gonna
bro.
die on this hill. Nothing was
But
the
I
same.
say after, if you're reading this is too late, he has two.
He don't have no classics after that, bro.
I say he got three, bro. I say he got three
Then
after that.
it's-
I say he got three.
I've been calm
Three.
this whole time. I be calm. I've been calm this whole time. You're not about to sit here and say it was three classic albums after, bro.
That's my opinion. I say he got three,
What's the
bro. I
three?
say he
You
What's
got
the
three.
bugging the
three? What's
fuck.
the
He's
three?
trying
Oh,
to say
my
views. He
three
trying to
is
say
views.
Scorpion.
My three is views, Scorpion, and no, I take that back. It's not three. It's views and Scorpion. Yeah,
Wait,
those are yeah. I take that back.
wait, but
Because
Scorpion.
certified
So
lover boy.
Scorpion moved the masses. Scorpion moved the.
I'm Scorpion as for it to be a 2 disc and for him to come back and rebuttal after Pusha T and drop that bombshell and for him to once again still be that guy and still do that, and to still give some of the niggas that he said was ghostwriting features that year, yes. Shout out Meek Mill going bad.
Man, this is
I
malarkey.
don't agree. I think it stops at views, bro. I really do think it stops at
Nah,
views.
bro. No, bro.
I
Go
think
back.
it.
I'm
I
telling you,
think
Five.
if we just
Go
talking,
back,
if
Five,
we just
and
talking
listen
about
to
albums,
Scorpion.
I think it stopped at Nothing Was the Same. But if we adding a project,
Nah.
I'm stopping at If You Reading This, It's Too Late. I
Gotta
don't
go
think.
back. Gotta go
I
back
don't
and
think.
listen.
I don't think Views
Luan, one
was.
day, bro,
I
we
don't
gonna
think it
get
was
on the train,
classic,
bro.
bro. I showed you. I went back and listened. I don't.
I'm not saying that you ain't listen. I feel you. Look, we said you are more to the underground streets than me and my fam. I get it, man. You entitled to your own opinion, bro. But I'm telling you, he got at least two after you read this is too late. And we just saying albums.
I'm sorry.
And I'm gonna die on that.
The coolest weirdo.